Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mad Sports Radio. Martino Puccio, Matt Lasella, inside the Murphy booth at Iona College. NBA Most Improved Player. We got three candidates that we're going to choose from. I ran a poll earlier today, but we narrowed it down to Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets, one of the best, actually might be the best young big man in basketball, maybe. Depending on age, you got to think of a cutoff for the age.
You got to think age. I mean, you can't leave out Towns and Porzingis and
Towns. I think Towns is that. I think he might be better than Porzingis right now.
Oh, that's not even a question.
You think
Towns
so?
has like 9 30-point games this year.
I think Towns is better than both. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But
Porzingis is definitely not. Yeah, Towns is.
I think I'd put Porzingis third
miles,
there. I wouldn't put
miles.
Embiid because Embiid doesn't play the game. But anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie though. Your poll, I 100% did not vote for who I'm voting for. I had to make it a little interesting.
Okay, well we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I said it right. I don't know how Marv Albert couldn't say it right. I think it was very funny.
How did he say it?
He couldn't.
Antetokounmpo? It's not even that hard.
I don't think it's that hard, but
It's kind of
there's a
simple.
video.
It's just don't
there's a
think
video
about
of him that's like Giannis.
Just don't think about it. It's easier.
No, but I think it's funnier for him because he's one of the best basketball broadcasters of all time.
Yeah.
That he's upped his game, become the best player, one of the best players in the NBA, starting the All-Star game this year for the Milwaukee Bucks. First player for the Milwaukee Bucks to grab 500 rebounds, 100 assists, 100 blocks in a season since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Otto Porter Jr. of the Washington Wizards. Definitely improved three-point shooter this season. The Wizards as a whole, definitely the most improved team by far, I'd say.
Scott Brooks, Coach of the Year.
Him, D'Antoni, or Stevens, those guys, I'd give it to Brooks for sure because they were struggling at the beginning of the year.
They were a laughing stock.
And no one predicted
laughing stock at the beginning.
They were
crazy.
He definitely turned it around, showed he's not a fluke because of all the talent he had out in OKC.
Absolutely.
I think he's definitely proven himself as one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Because he really got the short end of the stick in OKC.
He did. I mean, things definitely needed a change of pace, but hey, it's the way things go.
Yep.
So, start off with Jokic because I mentioned him first. He didn't start off that hot to the season. Definitely, I think when the new year started, coming out of nowhere, you would think it would be Murray or Emmanuel Mudiay or even Gallinari as the best
on
player.
The bench now.
Yeah, Mudiay's not even. He's struggling over there for sure.
Not even playing.
Jokic, back-to-back triple doubles recently this week. What do you think of him?
I think he's awesome. I think he really kind of showcases this new type of big man that's in the league. Guys that are more mobile, more versatile, are good passers, and can help your team in more ways than one. And I think he helps the Nuggets particularly in a way, because throughout most of the year they did not have an identity, and now it's like, okay, Moutier's on the bench. They're not playing. Gallinari's scores. Murray's been okay, and Gary Harris is a good defender, and they've kind of started to figure it out. And right now they're in that 8th seed, and I know.
Also, props to Malone, by the way.
Huge props to Mike Malone, and I know it's talked about that. Kind of New Orleans was expected to get the 8th seed after Cousins came there, but it's been quite the opposite. And Denver's kind of like, hey, this is our spot, and we're not giving it up, and they're playing really well.
Yeah, I think they're 3 games ahead now.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I could scroll down right here. I think they're 3 games ahead. Yeah, they're 3 games ahead right now. Sacramento is the closest team to them. I mean, it's a really small gap between like Portland, Minnesota's been playing well as lately. But Jokic, definitely impressive. Probably the best passing big man in the league right now. I think that might be fair to say. At least give him that.
Yeah,
title.
Absolutely. I don't disagree.
Scoring definitely needs to be improved, but I mean it's only his second year, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, second year.
It's his second year in the league. I think the strides he's made, especially where he was selected in the draft, has just been fantastic considering all the other young talent that they have on their team. So I think he definitely he's not my pick, but I would give it to him. I just think that there are a lot of voting criteria. People think that he's a second-year player. He should have been improving anyways, but I think the amount that he's improved has been very impressive.
My thing, too, I'm just looking at this now. I didn't realize, the other night, Moutier didn't even play. He was on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Hernan Gomez, plays a little bit for them, and they just got Plumlee in the trade, and they don't even. Jameer Nelson plays like every other game. It's just
definitely a strange rotation.
It's a strange. And Malone said, he said, hey, I have a 4-guard backcourt. He said, I have Harris, I have Murray,
Nelson and Moutier.
I have Nelson and Moutier, but I also have Barton. So whatever he can't play 5, so he picks the 4 on a given night, whoever's playing the best. I didn't even realize they had Roy Hibbert too. So the fact that Jokic is doing this stuff, and there's other guys that are capable of playing, but he won the spot that he's in, and he's going to be a huge reason if they get to the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely 100% on that. I think he's been their best player this season, even though Murray's been coming on as lately. You can only imagine. I think they might be close to 500 if Moutier would actually live up to what they thought he would be.
Yeah.
I know it's just his second season
Of
too,
course.
but look at the difference between Moutier and Jokic. I mean,
Absolutely.
something to definitely think about moving forward. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, talking about him, Greek freak.
He is just that. He's a freak.
He is a freak. His dunks are insane.
Like
His
one dribble
his
from half
wingspan,
court, it's unheard of. Unheard of. It's
might
incredible.
be the most unique body in the history
world.
of the league. Yeah, maybe in the world,
I
but
mean, it's
but
craziness.
definitely in the league.
history of the
We
league,
talk
without a
we
doubt.
talk about LeBron being a cyborg. Giannis, oh my God, the wingspan.
He's 22 years old.
Switch positions too. Yeah, coming over from Greece, definitely very raw. His jumper's improved. He's gone up a couple percentage points. He's almost shooting 53% from the field. Definitely his free throw percentage is up a couple points. His career average coming in for points per game was 14. He's averaging almost 23. Just what's your opinion? And
My
Jabari
opinion-
Parker got hurt too.
And Jabari Parker's got hurt. My opinion, he's 100% most improved player of the year. Not to mention with the 23 points, the 8 rebounds and the 5 assists. He's essentially passing to nobody for assists,
especially when Jabari's out.
Especially
now.
with Jabari out.
No shooters.
No
because
shooters.
Middleton was
Is
out
Beasley
for a while.
hurt too?
Beasley, I'm not really sure
I don't even know,
about that.
but-
I'm not gonna make up something that I know. But even Middleton, we know was out
And
for
Middleton
most
was
of the
out.
year.
That's your spot up shooter.
He's not
who was
even
out
getting
for a
that many
while.
minutes right
yeah,
now either.
not to mention the 2 assists and 2 steals and 2 blocks. Really incredible. And he's only 22.
Yep. Only 22. Just turned 22 in December though, so he has a late birthday.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's all that needs to be said about it. I mean, a future all-time great.
If he keeps this up, yes. Yes, 100%. I think he's all-time talent. His shot's definitely improving. I think he should totally go with the mid-range. I think a lot. Yes, it is. And a lot of people try and go after the threes. I get it. It's a three-point league now. We know how it goes. Crazy big man that can do everything. But the thing about him, he's very similar to LeBron in terms of he can run the point, but he also can defend possessions 1 through 5.
Yeah.
And more than 20 minutes
and
at each position.
He makes a
I'd
play
argue.
when a play needs to be be made. When you see a guy take one dribble from half court and take 2 steps, that's just that's unbelievable.
To quote Stephen A., he's box office.
Yeah.
He's someone you pay to go play.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter the market he's in.
Yep.
I think he's that kind of
Yep.
transcendent talent that you'd be like, you know what, wow.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's starting in an All-Star game this fast, this quickly in his career, I think it speaks for a lot. So now another young guy, picked 3rd overall in the Anthony Bennett draft. Definitely a draft that it took a while for some players to develop into the players that they are now, like Oladipo as well. He was picked 3rd in that draft. He had a rough rookie campaign, really came on last year, started playing well, grabbing rebounds, assists, all-around game is getting better. This year, becoming a definitely above-average three-point shooter for sure.
Huge reason the Wizards are where they're at. Otto Porter Jr. Is, I believe, still leads the league in three-point percentage. Has really not even transformed his game. He's kind of gone backwards to how his game was in college. The reason he was the number 3 pick out of Georgetown. Playing superb defense, which is the reason they drafted him. The offensive game is going to come. We talk about that all the time. Defenders are going to be, make their money in this league, and he's now doing that. And the Wizards' front court is nothing to write home about for the most part. It's no knock on Markieff Morris, who's playing great, and Marcin Gortat, who's playing well, but the addition or the better play of Otto Porter has transformed this team to I think a contender now in the East. Like I said, they were a laughingstock at the beginning of the year. They're sitting in the 4 spot now, and Wizards are somebody to look out for.
We talk about it all the time off air on what team can actually make a run at the Cavs or even just give them a run for their money. I know last night was a nice win for the Celtics, but still they're missing Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, and Bogut. Big big pieces for
Oh,
them.
absolutely.
Especially, I think Bogut puts them over the top because people don't realize how good Bogut actually is.
That
I
game was
know
so close, played all night. As you add one of those guys back in, it's
exactly
different game.
Regardless
completely.
of the age of the Celtics,
Great win,
or it's a great win regardless. But it's a regular season game.
Right.
Let's not forget. A couple years ago, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Miami Heat 3 out of 4 times.
Yeah, this is true.
And smacked them in the playoffs.
This is
so
true. This is
so
true.
regular season doesn't always tell the tale because NBA is definitely strange compared to all the other major sports.
LeBron
because
turns it
teams
up
coast.
one
Yep.
more level, and you
And-
saw last
but
night.
that's what the great
he
ones
got
do.
very aggressive last night on a couple possessions where didn't seem too aggressive. You know, it's just you don't normally see it from him in the regular season, and it kind of gave you that whoa, this is a playoff game type feel.
But just really quick, Avery Bradley, the defense on Kyrie.
Yeah.
It just shows to you how poor Steph is, and also how great Avery is. But still, it shows that Kyrie's definitely containable in crunch time.
When Kyrie went baseline with that ridiculous
The
layup,
Dr. J. That was Dr. J.
You couldn't defend it any better.
No, you can't. You can't.
I mean, that's just not supposed to happen. That was unbelievable.
He plays defense on his toes, and he's still low at the same time. I think that's just the amazing thing about it, and it shows why he was first team all defense.
Yeah.
But definitely for sure, I think the fact that Washington's also been able to stay healthy at the same time.
Right.
I think Bradley Beal also. I think
because they're not working with much.
No.
The
I think they got a
signing
really.
Brandon Jennings.
They have a
huge
top 5 backcourt.
Yeah, I mean
100%.
easily, but they're not. There's nothing. There's not a whole lot coming off the bench. You know,
No.
Wall has to play 39, 40 minutes and have 15 and 19 and 6. You know, because there's not a whole.
But
now
that's the
addition
kind of player
Jennings
he has to be.
which and he's you know what? He's
expected.
young. He's early in his career. If he's going to get them somewhere.
Yeah, I mean Kelly Oubre is a solid piece off the bench too. I think
coming
they
into his
definitely
own a
have
little bit.
players, but and even Bogdanovich, great signing.
Incredible
great trade.
signing.
Sorry, great trade.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, it was a fair trade for sure because Bogdanovich. I watched a lot of Nets games because we are here in the New York market, so we're not always able to watch out of town games.
Right.
I mean, there's the TNT and the ESPN games, but still at the same time, he was a great shooter over there in Brooklyn. Going to be a great
He's
asset.
12 of 22 from 3.
He had 27 points last night.
He's playing real well.
Just
playing real well.
fantastic. I think he had 7 threes last night.
Must feel nice to get out of Brooklyn and get somewhere.
Yeah, and he was
it changes your game.
He
it
was
does.
he was
it
playing
gives you a whole new outlook,
and a
whole
real
new
and a
attitude.
real point guard because they didn't really have Jeremy Lin for most
Right.
of the time too.
Right.
So it wasn't much of a facilitator.
Right.
But just want to wrap that up really quick. So you have Giannis.
I have to go
most
Giannis.
improved.
Absolutely.
As much as I like to say Jokic, and I said Jokic should be it, I think the second year thing is definitely something that has to be considered because you'd only expect players to get better. And it was a crazy jump, but it wasn't all year. The second Giannis stepped on the court this season, you're like, wow, he's here, and he's here to play, and he's here to stay, and he's definitely going to be all-time great if he's able to keep this up and keep his game improving for sure. So Matt and I have Giannis as most improved player for the year for sure. I think in these coming weeks we're definitely going to have MVP. MVP is going to go right down to the wire anyways.
Rookie of the year is going to go right down to the wire because it's a muddled mess.
It is. There's going to be Brogdon, Saric, Murray's other players. Ingram's coming on
Willie
lately.
Hernan Gomez, if
he didn't come off the bench.
If he didn't come off the bench because
and it's also a
his
late
per
rise.
is like I think right behind Embiid's at 18.
Also a late rise too.
Definitely a late rise. But yeah, it's going to be.
But for sure, it's definitely some players to look out for. I think it's also very impressive because we've seen a bunch of European picks come out in recent drafts, and the players are actually playing well.
They're playing well. You lose the European.
Two
bust.
of the 3 we listed are Europeans.
It's been a joke though. You know, it's no hiding it. The last 7 or 8 years, is any European players come out and it starts with Darko Milicic. It's been a bust for the most part.
But
unless you played in San Antonio.
Look, recently these past couple of years, you got Greek Freak, Jokic, Porzingis is coming out and playing well, but then there are the Mario Hazonias and players like that, and Jan Vesely's. So that'll wrap it up for me and Matt. That was the last segment of the day. We're going to be coming back next week and coming weeks. March Madness is almost here.
March Madness.
Definitely going to be coming out with picks for that. So listen in. Please like, subscribe, comment. Again, more topics. Definitely more stuff to talk about as the season progresses and as sports progress throughout the rest of the year. See you next time.